She realizes that she cannot pour from an empty cup. She puts herself first so that she can expend energy on those things that actually need her energy. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on Life Being With It. If you're new here, then welcome. And if you're returning, thanks for coming back. So I thought I'd come and talk to you all about energy and the amount of energy that we use and what's expected. Because it's a conversation that Reese and I have been having and that I've had with a few friends recently. Why do we do it to ourselves? Why do we expend the energy that we already do not have and burn ourselves out because of it? I don't understand. Because if you think back to a time like prior phone, okay? Before computers, before AI, and I know that's a weird concept for some people, okay? But if you wanted to talk to people, you got on your bike and you went and you spoke to people, okay? And you turned up at their house or you sent them a letter. And that is how you communicated. Like, it took time. Yet nowadays, we don't seem to give ourselves this time. We are so, we expect answers. Now, there are some people that got quite huffy over the weekend that I wasn't talking to them, that I wasn't giving them the space and time that they wanted from me. And it started to make me feel quite guilty. But why did it make me feel guilty? Because I was already quite burnt out doing all of the things that I was doing at the weekend, okay? And I didn't have extra expendable energy. If you think of your body like a battery, my battery was diminishing. When we think about phones and computers and AI and how amazing they are, okay, at helping us get stuff done, like having the internet, who'd have thought how amazing that would be? All it's done is mean that we have to get more done in a day. Because we're not spending that 45 minutes on foot to go to that person's house. We're sending them a 2-second text message. So we're sending all those people a 2-second text message or email. And we're ordering our dinner online. And we're ordering our shopping online. So what ordinarily would have taken, 2-3 hours, is now taking us probably 15 minutes to do everything. Which is fabulous. But that means that that's 15 minutes out of your day rather than 2 or 3 hours out of your day, which means you've still got the extra goodness knows how much of your day to do more stuff, where you are expected to fit in more stuff. So actually, we haven't made lives easier for ourselves by having internet and having AI at all. We haven't made lives easier for ourselves by having people at our fingertips at all. Because we're just stretched so thin, and we are not supposed to be stretched this thin as humans. We're just not. So I guess my question is, why do we do it to ourselves? Why do we do things that we don't want to do just because it's expected? Who is it expected by? Who says that you have to speak to everybody? If it's going to upset your peace to speak to somebody, don't speak to them. If it is going to upset your peace by doing an activity, don't do it. We spend so much of our lives, okay, pleasing other people, going for, dealing with other people's expectations of how our lives should be run. But why? Why do we go on what other people expect of us? We are our own person. We are our own people with our own batteries. Yet we let other people dictate how we use our energy? Why? Why do we do this as a society? Why? Don't get me wrong, right? I know somebody that point blank will not do something if she does not want to do it. Okay, and she will quite happily walk out of an event if she does not want to be there. And I remember the first few times that I saw her do it, and I thought, oh my goodness, that's really, really rude. Well, is it though? She's looking after her own sanity. She's looking after her own well-being. and she's looking after her own battery. So yes, she left, but she left for a reason for herself. And she actually put herself first. And you know what? She cannot pour from an empty cup, and she realizes this. So because she realizes that she cannot pour from an empty cup, she puts herself first so that she can expend energy on those things that actually need her energy. I spent the weekend feeling guilty for not being at people's beck and call, when actually I spent the weekend making memories and spending time that I'm not going to get back. And you know what? I spent time with people having fun rather than feeling stressed because I had a million things to do. And it was so lovely to get that time to switch. And it actually made me feel really peaceful. But yeah, so many of us don't switch off. So many of us, ordinarily myself included, are there constantly, you know, one thing after another, next thing. And we are so busy getting all of these societal things done that we actually aren't making any time for ourselves. When was the last time you had fun? Just for the sake of having fun? Because life's for living, and we're actually not doing these things because we're too burnt out by all of the things that society expects us to do. So why are we going off of a societal expectation? Why? The more people of us that don't go off a societal expectation, the more it will be okay to rest. And we will actually be allowed that rest. Only we can change the societal norm, because we are society. So let's change the societal norm and allow ourselves rest. And allow ourselves time to have fun. And allow ourselves time to not be burnt out. And actually know that if we don't want to do something and we know that thing's going to upset our peace, then we shouldn't do it. And that's pretty much all I came to say. And I hope you all have a fabulous day. And I love you. Bye.